it should be easier for everyone. Sorry for that. No problem, Yura. Hello, Wojtinio. Yes, good point. So who is missing? We are missing one Mercedes and one Haas. Alright, that's quite good. Abstentions. And so now we are waiting for drivers, but we should be starting now. We've got teammates joining again, so something bad happened. I don't know. We've got still 2 drivers missing, so I hope that we will be starting soon. Oh, Wojtinho is ready, so that means that we are starting. 5 minutes too late, but we are going. 20 seconds to start. Today we are of course racing in Circuit Paul Ricard in France. Race 4 of season 3 in ERO. It's the second race in our league. The first race in France was in the first season, where Nurluzer was the winner, second was Axe, and third was Curicat. This season we had 3 different winners in 3 first races, so it should be quite interesting, and let's hope that the race will be much more interesting than last year's real F1. But now drivers are... we are waiting still for Champ and Buffalo to pick their tires for the race, and we should be starting soon. And yes, here we are. It's quite cloudy out there, but we are now 18 minutes to go to the end of qualifying. Let's see who is going out first. It's Mercedes. It's just call me Brett because he's the only Mercedes on the grid today. And we will follow him through the first lap. Oh, there is actually Tim Mats in front of him on hards, and Just Call Me Brett is out on softs. So we've got a couple of drivers out on track, but the first one is the McLaren, so we will be following him. McLaren are actually our leaders in the standings, in the constructor standings. They were pretty strong in the first part of the season. They have 23 points of advantage above the Red Bull. Hausman, who was 3 times in a row in the third place, so that was 3 times 15 points for the walking team. And Tim Mats isn't worse because he has 40 points, just 5 points behind his teammate. So they will be fighting to maintain their position in the standings. Currently our leader in the standings is ERO, who has 49 points. So he is with us today, and we will see how will he do today. And now Tim Mats is starting his first hot lap. He is going into the first chicane on the circuit. 1-2 corners. You have to be very... you should switch on the map. Here we've got the second chicane. He was very late on the brakes, and now into the slowest part of the circuit and into the first DRS straight on track, and into the best overtaking zone on track, braking into the chicane, corners number 8 and 9. And another straight into turn 10, which is a flat out corner. Of course, records in both first sectors. Here, oh, invalided lap time, so this won't be a good lap. And just behind Tim Mats is Just Call Me Brett in Mercedes. He will be first to put his time on the table, and he has got 3 corners to go. Now into the 14th corner, and the last corner, the hairpin, and into the DRS zone, into start finish straight. And here we go. What is the time? 1:30.9. Just behind him is Jair, but he is on a hot lap. Gui is ending his lap, and he goes second fastest, and Libenov goes second in front of Gui. Then we've got Lopez in Haas. Also Jure is starting his lap, our championship leader. He's also on hards. We've got Matipai, who also started his lap. Natik is ending, so, and he's 6th fastest, 1:35.7. Is Dex also, but he has invalidated his lap, so he won't improve. Jure with invalidation also. Let's see their tires. We've got both Williams on the hot laps, and also Jair, but Tim Mats is the closest one to end his lap. He's very low on airs, so, but isn't he going to the pits? No, so he has got one last corner to go, and into the start finish straight. And what is gonna be the time? It's 1:32.6, so it's P5 at the moment on hards. He's starting another lap, and we've got also both Williams to end their laps. Matipai has one corner to go, but it's gonna be a bad lap. He's gonna try one more time, and Pure Fantasy is going to the pits. We will follow with Jure. He's at the moment at the second chicane. He's ending the first sector, and the time is 25.4. onto the longest straight on the circuit. We've got Houseman, who is starting his lap. Jure goes into the chicane. And we've got a record in the second sector, so he is very fast. And now the crucial part of the circuit. And nice and clean, and 3 corners to go. It should be enough ERS to the end of the lap. And now full throttle into the start finish straight, and he goes 4th fastest, 1:32.2 on hards. But we will see probably a improvement for the Red Bull driver. Natik goes into the pits. Is somebody ending his lap? Houseman has invalidated his lap. Vilzu is on the hot lap, and he's in the last corner. He goes into the start finish straight, and he goes 4th fastest, just in front of his teammate, so it's a quite good time for him. Houseman is also starting his second lap on this set of tires. We've got also Dex after the first sector. He had a record in the first sector, but he's on softs. Now we will see if he can fight with Just Call Me Brett. I should call him Brad. And now into the third sector he goes. There is also a record in the second sector. So he should have a nice advantage above Mercedes driver. He's got 4 corners to go. We've got also Voitinho on the hot lap and Houseman, but he is further than the Renault of Dex. Dex has 1 more corner to go. He goes into the start-finish straight, and we will see in a moment what will be the time. And he goes first fastest, 1:30.3. Very nice lap. You've got Houseman. He's here, and he goes 9 fastest. Just behind Team Mats, it's 9 thousandths of the second slower than him. And Voitinho, he has 2 more corners to go. Nice and clean. Brad is starting his lap. And Voitinho, is he gonna be better than Libenov? No, P7 for him. 1:32.4. Pure Fantasy is ending first sector, and it is fast. It is the fastest time, but because it's Codemasters. Jim Stroh has also started his hot lap. Who is close to ending? Lopez, no. Husband, no. Team Max is on his hot lap, and he's in the chicane. We'll see in a minute how is the time. It's 3/10 quicker than his personal best. We've got Lopez, who isn't improving. We've got a Ferrari. It's F1 champ who is starting his lap, and Paceman is ending his lap, and he goes second fastest, just 2/10 down on Dex. Brad is ending his lap, I hope, and he improves by 2/10 of a second, but it doesn't improve his position at the moment. Natik is in the second sector. We got, no, it isn't Jair, it's Jim Stroh, goes 5 fastest. Nice time for the Racing Point. Jure is starting his second hot lap. He is down in 8th place. He has to improve. We also have Jair, who will start his lap in a minute. Also Libenov is starting his lap. Jure after first sector, it's 1/10 quicker. Gilzo is also starting his lap. Is Natik ending? Yes, he has 1 more corner to go. And we've got, but F1 champ is gonna be first to end his lap, and he goes 4th fastest, and Natik goes 3rd fastest. And also Baffle is 5th fastest. And it's quite close in the first 5, because it's only 6/10 of a second. Jure will be ending his lap in a minute. He has 4 more corners to go. He is now down into 11th place, so it isn't the best place to start the race for the championship leader. Last 1 corner, and start finish straight, and he has got no ERS, and it's only P8 for him, but 1,000 of a second slower than Libenov, who is also ending his lap. And now into the start finish straight goes, and it's 50/100 of a second of improvement, and it doesn't affect on his position at the moment. Hausman is also starting his lap, and Matipai will be ending soon. We've got still 4 minutes to go, so it's time for last entrances to the track. And Matipai has to improve. He's now down in last place, and we've got also the second Williams who is starting his lap, but Matipai goes on, stays in 17th, so he doesn't improve. It's disaster for Williams, but we will see still how Pure Fantasy goes. We've got also Gui on his fast lap, hot lap I should say. And Dex, our current leader, is in last sector. Will he improve? Can he do better than 130.3? It's gonna be his last chance of improvement. But no, he goes into the pits, and that means that we should switch to Gui, who has one more corner to go. And he goes... No, it was slower than his best lap. And we've got Pure Fantasy. Can he save the Williams and beat his teammate? We will see in a minute. And Pure Fantasy goes 12th fastest. It's still disappointing weekend for Williams because Matipai is last, and I don't think he's gonna manage to do one more lap. Have we got anyone on hot lap? Wojtinho is on the out lap, but I don't think that anyone is improving at the moment. Pacevent and Dex are just exiting the pit lane, and they are gonna be very tight with timing, but they are cutting the first corners to get themselves up on time and to start their lap. We've got Houseman who is ending his lap, but he invalided his lap time, so he won't improve. And now he has one last chance. Can he do it? His tires are 2 laps old, so they are not the youngest. We've got one of Ferraris, it's probably F1 champ, to start their lap. And also the Mercedes of Brett. Everyone are starting their last laps. Also Wojtinho, our league founder. But now everyone will be ending his lap times in a minute. Jair is closest to end, or no, Jimstrow is closer, but no, he's trying another lap. He's got 10 seconds to go, 10 seconds to the end of qualifying in Secret Paul Ricard. So Jair will be first to finish. Dex will not improve, same as Pure Fantasy, Team Mats, Gui and Matipai. And Jair. Better than P17, yes, he's P11, just behind his teammate. We had a Renault Buffalo, but he didn't improve. Hausman also didn't improve. Was Libenov? Yes, but he's going slowly. F1 Champ is ending. He has one more corner to go. He goes into the starting straight, and can he improve? Can he put himself up? Yes, he goes second fastest. Fantastic lap. Only 1/10 behind Dex, and he goes into the back of the Libenov. He pushes him hard, and now Wojtinho is also ending, and he goes 7th fastest in front of his teammate, and he will start in the P10, and he goes into the Champ. Fantastic crash. Pure Fantasy doesn't improve. We are waiting for Lopez, who goes P15, and there is still Paceman on his hot lap, I believe. Yes, he's ending his lap, and he goes second fastest. But there was another change. I didn't notice it because Paceman is third at the moment, and we will see the official results of the qualifying. So Buffalo and Dex, fantastic qualifying for Renault, just 0.05 of a second of delta between them. And then we've got two Ferraris, Paceman and Champ, Natik, Brett, Wojtinho, then both Red Bulls, Vilzu and Jure. Libenov closes the top 10. Then we've got Jim Stroh and Jair. Hausman, it's a very poor result for McLaren. They have to improve in the race if they want to maintain the first position in constructors' standings. That was quite interesting qualifying. Let's hope for still more interesting race. Maybe it will rain. You never know. It's quite cloudy again, so we will see. Drivers are choosing their strategies, and we've got 4 seconds to go to the formation lap. I'm gonna drink again. So both Renaults on the front row. It's a fantastic scenario for the French team at their home ground. They are first, and no one can beat them at the moment. I will switch off everything at the moment because it's gonna blur the vision of the start. We've got also Gayet, who joined us after qualifying. He will start last behind Matipai, and we've got 19 drivers on the grid. Quite a nice result. And now, how will Renault do today? They are, at the moment, they are 4th in the standings with 7 points gap to Ferrari. I'm sorry. And Dex is quite high. He's on the moment. He has the momentum. He won in Monaco. He is chasing Jure, Hausman and Timats. If he finishes in front of them today, he may take the lead, because every single driver of the top 3 is far behind him, especially McLaren, who are the leaders of the championship standings. They are P13 and P16, so it's a disaster for them. Everyone from the top 10 are on softs except of Jure, and in the second 10 we've got mediums, except of GUI and Matipai. But now I should shut up and watch the start. Race 4, Season 3, F2, European Racing Organization. Let's begin. Dex versus Buffle, Pacefen versus Champ, Natik versus Brett. Who is gonna come out on top today? And now Tetem has left the session. I don't know who he is. And now red lights are on. We've got 5 red lights and it's lights out and away we go. It's a nice start for Renaults, but better start has Buffle. Pacefen and Champ are jumping ahead of Dex, and Buffle maintains his lead into turn 1. Champ goes wide, but Pacefen is just behind him. Dex, it wasn't the best start for him, and Natik is going to attack him, but no. We've got a carnage. There were many bollards flying, and we've got Chimstro and Jair ghosting through each other. We've got also Voitinho, who is jumping the one of Red Bulls. It's Jure. And Pacefen, and there is still a battle between 2 balls. Jure goes down the inside and now around the outside of Voitinho. Fantastic move. We've got a switch between both racing points, and Libenov, he's struggling, he's going down. Otapa has left the session. There is also Brett pretty close to... Oh, Libenov spun! And Libenov is out of the battle and he is last now. We've got also Houseman with problems. He's just behind Jair, but he's losing time. He's side by side with teammates. It's a disastrous start for McLaren again. Buffle leads the pack with a second advantage, nearly second advantage above Champ. And there is also Jimstro close to Pure Fantasy, but he's not gonna attack. We've got Voitinho in 9th. Jair loses place to Lopez. Lopez, nice move on the start-finish straight. We've got Brett very close to Vilsu. It's all about the exit of the third 6. Can he attack Vilsu? He has a slipstream. It's the 4th mode of ERS for him, and can he do it? Can he be later on the brakes? Yes, he can. Inside line goes to him, but Vilsu, fantastic defense for him. Voitinho loses place for Pure Fantasy. Lopez also loses places for Jair, and we've got a switch between teammates and Houseman. Just Call Me Brett overtakes Vilsu into turn 10. Fantastic move. Let's see how much the position changed. Libenov lost 9 positions. Pure Fantasy is up 5 places. And also GUI is 5 places up. Pure Fantasy with 5-second time penalty for ignoring blue flag. I don't know what happened there. Also Voitinho lost 3 places, so it wasn't the best start for Toro Rosso. Lopez overtakes, is overtaken by Matipai, and also teammates may gain on him. And there's also Houseman around the outside on Lopez. Oh, he goes into the back of his teammate. And teammates is down to last. Gayet is fighting with Libenov. Libenov comes out on top, and we've got both McLarens on the dead last. We've got also Pacefen really close to Champ, and we will see a switch between 2 Ferraris. There is no team orders there. Champ has nearly spun, but he he managed to survive, and Dex is just behind both Ferraris, but he doesn't do anything stupid. He's still really close to the Maranello team, and now down the inside goes Champ and Pacefen on Pacefen, but now Pacefen is gonna come out on top. They have to calm down. It's not good for the team. Jimstrow overtakes Voitinho, but Voitinho is gonna come back on Jimstrow down inside into turn 13, I believe. But no, he's too far, and now into start-finish straight goes Pacefen, Champ and Dex. Pacefen breaks the slipstream, but Champ and Dex will have DRS. Pure Fantasy and Jura are switching places. They are side by side into turn 1. Williams has got DRS and he has got the inside line, so he should be on top, but he isn't. Jura fantastic grip down there on the outside line. We've got both it's Houseman and Matipa in the pits. Dex is also really close to Champ. I think he will attack on the Mistral straight. But now, who has got more straight line speed? Dex is gaining on Champ, but it isn't enough to attack. No one attacks, and Buffalo has got now 3 second advantage on Pacefen. And Kayet is out of the session. I don't know what happened there. It was at the exit of turn 5 or 6. No, it's turn 7, and we've got a safety car. And Dex nearly overtakes Champ. What is happening there? They made contact and they nearly spun. Dex gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and I don't know why are they still switching places, but it was very, very dangerous. Dex is frustrating after the poor start, and he wants to gain the position he lost. We've got both Ferraris in the pits. It's Dex is staying out because Buffalo is also in the pits. Our leader goes onto the hards, and Ferraris are gonna stack their drivers. They are all going onto the hards, and they are gonna try to go to the end of the race. So we've got Dex in the lead, then Pure Fantasy on mediums, Jimstrow and Jair. Fantastic situation for Racing Point. Then our leader for first 4 laps, Buffalo, Pacefen, Natik, Just Call Me Brett, Vilzu and Voitinho, who are everyone on fresh tires. We've got Libanov in the pits. Houseman can overtake him, and he does. And Timac is just in front of him. We've got some silence now, so we can take a deeper breath now. I can drink at least. Let's see who has the fastest lap. Fastest lap is also belongs to Buffalo, 1:34.8. We've got Pure Fantasy, 12 places up. Fantastic start for him, and both Racing Points are 8 places up, but it's because of the lead group who pit because of safety car. We will see on the restart, can they still hold their position? It's gonna be difficult. Meanwhile, Dex goes into the pits and he will lose pretty much positions. I think he will come out last, but we will see. It's a shame. If he if he pitted with his teammate, he will be just around F1 champ, I hope, because he was stuck also, and in this situation he comes out last, and I don't think that on his mediums he can make it to the end. So he should be pitting once again. Meanwhile, Libenov with 5-second time penalty, and meanwhile we've got Williams on the first place. He will be leading the pack at the restart. Then both racing points. That's interesting. Lopez with 5-second time penalty, collision with Tim Mats. We will see if he has damage. Has he damage? I can't see. Yes, he has. So he has to pit for repairs. And I don't know, isn't the safety car boxing this lap? We have to wait. We have to wait. What can Pure Fantasy show to us? And safety car is in this lap. So Pure Fantasy is leading the pack, and he will be leading the race for the first lap after restart, but he has got 2 racing points who are only waiting for his mistake. I'm gonna drink once again. Libenov with another 5-second time penalty with for collision with Dex. It's a shame for a Toro Rosso driver. And does Dex have damage? Yes. He went out of the pits and now he has got damage. It's a disaster. And now we go racing again. Last one corner to go, and Pure Fantasy leads the pack. Just behind him, Jim Stroh, Jair, Buffel, Pacefen, Nati, Brett, Vilzul, Wojtinho and Champ. But what is going on there? Jim Stroh is very close to Pure Fantasy. He has got the slipstream, but he doesn't attack. Nothing happens at the moment. We will see on Mistral Straight. Dex is in the pits. He changes his front wing. Buffel is very close to Jair. We've got 2 battles for the and Pure Fantasy goes wide. Jim Stroh probably forced him wide, and he lost, and Williams lost the first position. So now we've got Jim Stroh in the lead, but just behind Jair is Buffel. Also Pure Fantasy is closing in on Jim Stroh. Is Buffel gonna attack? No, he's too far. And we've got no chance, but Jair switches places with Pure Fantasy. He must have a really, and now Buffel is side by side with Jair into turn 10. How it's gonna end? They are side by side still, and Buffel goes wide, but he comes out on top, and he is now in 3rd place. We've got also Natik, Pacefed and Jair fighting. They are also close. We've got many switches. Matipai is also side by side with Jure. Jure goes around the outside. Fantastic move for him. And into the lead now. Jim Stroh is still leading, but just behind him is Pure Fantasy. They are coming onto the start-finish straight. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people fighting for the lead. Jair, meanwhile, is very close to Buffel, but he doesn't attack. We've got Pure Fantasy who wants to fight back on Jim Stroh. We've got Lopez also in the pits. He had also damaged front wing, so it was simple that he will pit soon. And now into the Mistral Straight. Is Buffel gonna attack? Buffel has to move up if he wants to get out of pace fan, and it's like a snake, and no one attacks. It's still same order as it was at the beginning of the straight. No changes. Jair is very close to Buffle, but it isn't enough to attack. And we've got Timats and Matipai switching places into turn 10. Fantastic move for Timats, and Matipai just ran into the back of Timats, causing him retiring. And we've got a VSC on track. It was a very dangerous crash. I hope it could be interesting, and he's gonna fit the hard tires and he's gonna go to the end, I hope. And he's not gonna lose that much time. Yes, it's hard. DRS is enabled, and we've got Buffle fighting with pure fantasy. Is anyone close enough? Brian Vilzu is close to Brett, but Buffle is gonna attack first. He's very close to Pure Fantasy. Pure Fantasy has all their tires. And now Buffle has got Slipstream, has got DRS. Inside line goes to him, and he's gonna be in front of the Williams. Williams doesn't give up, and Pure Fantasy comes out on top. Fantastic defending for him. We've got also Brett overtaking Vilzu. Champ is close, but not close enough for Intinho. The closest is Buffle. We've got 3-car battle for the lead. There's also Paceman really close to Buffle. Champ with and Voitinho switch places. Voitinho had a very poor exit of that turn, so Champ could have overtaken him. Nothing changes again on the start-finish straight, even though Pure Fantasy is very close to Jinstro, and Voitinho and Champ are already switching places, and Voitinho spins. It's Spitinho again. Spitinho hits again, and the Champ comes out in the best possible occasion, and Voitinho is down in 14th place. It's disaster for Toro Rosso today. It's gonna be hard to score any points today. And we've got again a beautiful snake of cars battling with each other, and we've got a change of the leader. Yes, Pure Fantasy with the DRS assistant overtakes Jinstro. Into the lead he goes. And now Buffle can we've got switching places between Wilson and just calling Brett. Jure also overtakes Kui, and we've got Natik versus Paceman. Natik goes down inside. Fantastic move on the Ferrari. But Paceman, is he gonna give up? I don't think so. Buffle is off so close to Jinstro. Jinstro will be pitting, same as Pure Fantasy, soon. And now, start-finish straight. He's very close. He's closing, and is he gonna attack? No. Or yes? No. He doesn't want to risk anything. He has a victory in his hands. And Jinstro now makes a little bit of a mistake, and Buffle can make use of it, and now he's closer, and Buffle is out of the DRS, and it's gonna be Buffle sweeping past Jinstro into turn 8. 8? Yes, 8. And also Paceman is overtaking Natik into the chicane. Fantastic move. But now Natik is gonna come back. Who is gonna have a bigger advantage? And again. Paceman has the inside line, and they didn't touch, but there was very close. And now inside line goes to Paceman, and he comes out on top of Natik. We had also a change between Hausman and Libenov, I hope, or no, or between, I don't know, I don't care about them. We've got a fantastic fight for the first place. There is Pure Fantasy still leading the pack, but just behind him is Buffalo, who has faster tires now. Pure Fantasy, is Buffalo gonna attack now into turn 1 out inside? No. Fortunately for him and for Pure Fantasy, doesn't attack. Jimstrow has lost much time to and Prime Vilzu is overtaking Natik, but now we've got Buffalo just behind Pure Fantasy. He's got four laps, fresher tires, and look at the advantage. With DRS, he has absolutely no chance. Fantastic move into turn 8, and we've got also Paceman overtaking Jimstrow. So we've got 2 switches, and also Prime Vilzu might be looking for a move. Wojtyła overtaking Libenov. It was the team orders probably. But Vilzu isn't attacking. We've got also Natik, and Vilzu goes into the back of Jimstrow, but fortunately no damage made. We've got also a Mercedes of Brett. It's a fantastic 7-car battle for first place, and Jimstrow goes into the pits. He has enough of his tires, and Pure Fantasy is also gonna pit the next few laps, I hope. And now another chapter of the fantastic fight. Just Call Me Brett is on the inside of Natik. Fantastic move, but can he do the job done? Yes, he can. Into the chicane on Natik. Pure Fantasy. It's gonna be probably the last chance to overtake Buffalo before the Williams driver will pit, but he is too far. Look at the advantage of Buffalo on his fresher tires. We've got Brett at the gearbox of Vilzu, and is he gonna attack? Inside line goes to him, and he has the inside line, and he touches the Vilzu, and he spins, and it's disaster for him. He shouldn't be risking so much, and he's gonna be overtaken by Gui, and he goes from hero to 0 in just 5 seconds. We've got a little bit of a calm now, but Matipai is also close to Jair. He may attack, but is Pure Fantasy going to pit now? No, he isn't. He stays another lap on track, so he may be fitting softs for the last stint. It's gonna be interesting. Natik is close to Vilzu, but not that close. We've got Brett close to Gui. He wants to fight back after the disastrous move on Jura. Gui defends his position, but Brett isn't gonna attack. He's too far. And now we still have got a fantastic battle for the lead. Of course, the lead is getting away, and only Pure Fantasy has still chances, but these chances are getting smaller and smaller with every lap we are making. And now Jura is very close to Champ, and is he gonna attack? Champ doesn't defend. Inside line goes to Jura, and he breaks later than Champ, but Champ wants to fight back, but he touches Jura and nearly spins again, and he has to give up the position to Jura. And now is There is still Champ wants to dive down the inside of ERO, but he can't quite do it. He isn't that close, but he may fight back at the start-finish straight, and Pure Fantasy Eye still isn't pitting. So that's interesting tactic for the Williams driver. And now, start-finish straight, ERO goes onto the curb on the exit, and Champ has got DRS, and he's closing. ERO wants to cut the slipstream, but the inside line goes to Champ, and he gets the inside line and into the first corner, but the second corner ERO barges his way through, but it isn't enough. Champ comes out on top, and we've got also change between Wilzu and Pacefan. Wilzu has got faster tires, but Pacefan, he won't have DRS, or is he? I don't know. I know that Champ is gonna be defending against ERO again. ERO goes down the inside again, and is it gonna be a replay from the last lap? No, Champ gives up the position. He doesn't want the replay of spin. We've got also Natik very close to Pacefan into the longest corner on the track. They are still fighting. Jair overtakes Libenov on the Mistral straight, and Natik, he wants to fight. He has quicker tires than Pacefan at the moment, at least. Matipai was in the pits again. It's disaster for this part of Williams, because the second part of the Williams is quite good. And nothing will change. F1 Champ is in the pits, and he's gonna fit, I don't know, maybe softs, and he's gonna attack the fastest lap of the race. And now Pacefan is really close to Prime Wilzu. His tires are getting harder to drive. Matipai with 3-second time penalty. And we've got also Libanov in the pits, and now who is gonna have a better exit of that corner? Champ, Pacefan, sorry, gets a little bit of oversteer, and it isn't gonna be enough to attack Wilzu. And Natik is very close to him, but he also won't attack. Now 2 seconds in front of Pure Fantasy. Wilzu is getting closer and closer to the Williams driver. And now Natik, is he gonna attack? No, he's too far. Sorry, I got a drink because my throat is broken. The race is so intense. Natik meanwhile overtakes Pacefan around the outside on the turn 11, I hope. I don't know what is happening there. It's so exhausting, the race, to commentate. I love it. We've got Brett in the pits. And Pacefan, he will want to fight back, but he's too far. He's buffing with 1-second time penalty. It's gonna be interesting at the end of the race. Poitinho gets up into 8th place, and now into the Mistral straight they go. Will we see some changes on the leaderboard? Natik now is gonna defend against Pacefan, but Pacefan isn't that quick, and also Wilzu is still closing on Pure Fantasy. We've got a Renault, it's Dex, who spun on the second corner on the track. It's disaster for him. After starting from the front row, French fans expected more, and now Natik, I thought that he will try again down the inside into turn 11, but he isn't. He will wait, but he gets an oversteer again on the exit, and he still pressurizes Wilzu. But Now Paceman is closer to him, and they both go into the pits. Natik and Vilzu goes into the pits. Pure Fantasy I is still on track. 16 laps, 17 laps on these tires. He's gonna feed the softs for sure in lap or two, and it's gonna be Baffles easily victory if he won't do any mistakes, and we will have a fourth winner in fourth race. And Houseman meanwhile from the back of the grid, he's now into P5, and he might just end the race on these tires, to be honest. No bigger battles, we've got only Prime, Vilzu, close to Jair. Vilzu, sorry. Vilzu is just out of the pits, so he wants to pass Jair quickly. Not just, but behind them is Natik, who is also out of the pits, and Prime Vilzu is... Oh, Jair wants to defend, but he can't defend against Vilzu. Vilzu is on a charge now, and he will be following the group in front of him, especially Voitinho, who still has to pit, I think. He won't end the race on these tires. We've got also Jimstrow close to Brad, but I don't think he's gonna attack him. Matipai may attack Libanov in the future, but we will see. And no bigger battles at the moment. I'm gonna drink again. Libanov spun again. It's the end of dreams about any points for him today. Toro Rosso is gonna be very hard for any points for them, because Voitinho has still a gap to pit, and Prime Vilzu pushing like hell just behind him. Just Call Me Brett meanwhile takes the fastest lap of the race. And we've got still Pure Fantasy going 18th lap on these tires. If he pits now, he should be able to make a sprint stint into the finish on softs. We've got Natik very close to Jair, but not that close to attack. And he won't attack, maybe behind the chicane. Now he wants a good exit out of the turn, and he gets it, and he's very close to him. And Jair doesn't defend, inside line goes to Natik, and he sweeps past the Racing Point driver. And Pure Fantasy is still staying out. I don't know what is he doing. He's losing time. He should be pitting now. Matipai has left the session. That's the end of dreams for Williams driver to score any points, and with Voitinho is in the pits. I told you that he's gonna pit. Pure Fantasy should be pitting in this lap. I don't think that he's gonna hold much longer out there. Because Paceman is really close to him now. It's nearly under the second. Yes, now it's under the second to him. Voitinho is gonna come out on 14th place. He has to make a miracle to get himself up into the points to overtake Jimstrow. Now he has got Dex in front of him, but Paceman is close to the Williams driver, but he's not gonna attack, and Voitinho is just in the DRS straight. And now DRS assistance, and it's gonna be an easiest overtake in history. But now Dex goes into the back of Voitinho. I don't think that he has got damage. No, he hasn't. Pure Fantasy meanwhile goes into the pits, of course, and we will see where he comes out. Is he gonna come out in the top 10? Oh, there is Matipa in the pits! He didn't exit the session properly, and he's just blocking his teammate. It's disaster for Pure Fantasy. He's losing time. He's still staying stationary, and it's the end of dreams for any points for him today. Oh, it's fixed now, so maybe there will be some points today, but it's gonna be very, very hard. Voitinho is up into P12 and he's very close to GUI, so maybe Pure Fantasy is gonna attack too, but what happened there, I don't know. Matipai should have left in other way than he did. It isn't the way that we want to race. Brett is very close to Jair. Jair tries to defend, but he can't do it. Or maybe Inside Light goes to him and he comes out on top of this battle, at least now. But now Brett has got Slipstream. And is he gonna attack? No, but into turn 11 maybe he is on the inside and it is the attack. It's fantastic move, but Jair wants to come back and it was the worst possible decision for him, because he hits the back of the Brett and he loses much time and he will lose many positions in the future probably. Gui has been overtaken by Voitinho. I didn't notice it. We've got no battle in the front at the moment. Buffalo he's just amazing today. He's untouchable. Natik meanwhile very close to Vilzu. They pitted on the same lap, but Natik has got better pace today. It's very close to Vilzu. He is gonna have DRS. He has got still 5 laps to go to attack Vilzu. And Houseman meanwhile, I don't know where he started. Let's see. He started P13 I believe, and he's now up into P4 and he's saving the honor of McLaren, because T-Mats has been kamikazed by one of the Williamses. Look at also battle bit, is not battle, never mind. Libanov with a 3-second time penalty. Natik is very close to Vilzu. We can see that he is much quicker than the Red Bull driver. And now into the start-finish straight they go. Vilzu wants that good exit, but he doesn't get it. He went onto the curb and he won't attack here, but he has got a Mistral straight just behind the first sector. We've got Pure Fantasy, who was very, very injured by his own teammate at P13 at the moment, but with a fastest lap at the moment at least, so he may get a single point for this race. And now Natik, can it be enough for him to attack now? I don't think so, but isn't he gonna try? No, he's gonna try in his favorite place, in turn 10. I hope so. I want to see this. He's very close, but Pure Fantasy is very close to GUI also, and he has DRS. GUI defends and the outside line goes to Pure Fantasy and he gets the job done. Yes, it's job done for him. And we are switching again into Natik. Vilzu is struggling. Vilzu has problems with his tires. They are probably overheating, and Natik is now very close to Vilzu. He may attack just here. And now they are coming onto the start-finish straight. It's only 4 laps to go. But not yet. Not yet. Into the chicane. Vilzu probably got an warning for this adventure outside the track. And Pure Fantasy with another lap record. 1:33.1. And now onto the Mistral straight they go. Vilzu is... Sorry, Natik is closer to Vilzu than before. And he may attack, but he is too far again, I think. But maybe a dive bomb and he gets it, but not enough for Vilzu. Fortunately, without any contact between them. We've got a... We're taking Jimstro down the inside. It was a dive bomb, I think, but it was a job done. So it's good for him. We've got another chapter of battle between Natik and Vilzu. They are going on to the... They have 2 corners left, and they are actually gaining on Houseman, so we may see a 3-car battle for 4th place in the end. It's 3 laps to go. Natik is close, it's very close. He may attack just into turn 1, but he doesn't do it. He will try again at the Mistral straight. Vilzu, we will see that he's struggling. Now Wojtinho is chasing down the Jimstro, he's chasing down the points. The 1 single point, but Pure Fantasy is also chasing Wojtinho down. Who is gonna win this battle? Natik, he's now off very close to Vilzu, and we will see a switch now. Or no? Natik. Oh, it was a yellow flag. It was a yellow flag which saved the Vilzu against overtaking him by Natik, because he couldn't quite do it. It was a yellow flag. It's a disaster for Natik, actually. He lost 1 lap because he has to stay behind Vilzu for yet another 3rd sector at least. And we will see if he will be able to catch Houseman, because Vilzu isn't that quick. He can't quite manage to catch the Houseman and catch his DRS. We've got 2 laps to go. Buffle is safely into the lead. The French fans are cheering. French fans are in euphoria. Natik isn't that close to Vilzu to attack again, but Vilzu makes a mistake. He goes wide into turn 2, but it doesn't affect on his pace. Now Natik, he wants a very good exit now without any flags. He should now overtake Vilzu. It's only 0.3 of a second. He's closing. Vilzu trying to break the toe, but he can't do it. Natik is flying. Natik is absolutely flying through Vilzu. And now he has got 1.5 lap to go to catch Houseman. It's 1.5 seconds. We will follow the battle through the last lap. F1 Champ is also very close to Jair. He's gonna attack on the last lap, I hope. And now turn 11. The penalties will decide in the 3-car battle, so we will see. Houseman has got a very old tire. He's going on them from the very beginning of the race. Meanwhile, Buffalo has got 1 more lap to go. He led nearly every single lap. Behind him, Pace Sven. He's gonna deliver the 2nd place for Ferrari. Jure in 3rd at the moment. Natik, meanwhile, is just 3 seconds down on Houseman, and we had a yellow flag in sector 1 and 2 for a moment. But now is the one last time when they will be going through the Mistral Straight. Natik, it's 7 tenths down on Houseman. We got a yellow flag. It's Champ who is out. Champ is out on the second corner and he goes down into 12th place. It's a disaster for the Ferrari, and meanwhile Natik, he isn't close enough to Houseman. No, he won't attack. Houseman has got one more opportunity to attack into the turn 10, and he's gonna try. He's gonna try. He is side by side with Houseman into turn 10. Is he gonna do it? Down inside. Houseman goes wide and Houseman spins and out of the track he is. His Virzo is also gaining on him. Brad sweeps past him. Battle wins the French Grand Prix. What a race that was. Paceman is gonna be second, Jura third, Natik fourth, Vilzu, Brad. Houseman loses another position of Jair, but they are still fighting. Houseman has got damaged front wing, and Jair, yes, he overtakes him, but Jimstrow, is he gonna also gain on Houseman? It's a disaster for McLaren, disastrous race, and it might have to be a fantastic race, but it wasn't. Jair meanwhile P7, no, Houseman P7, at least he gets 6 points for McLaren. Voitinho gets P8, he deserved it. And the fastest lap goes to Pure Fantasia, I hope so, and he gets the single point as same as Jimstrow. Racing point with 3 points today. Whew. I'm exhausted. It was fantastic. For moments like this, I love to commentate. So here are our 3 drivers: Canadian, Belgian and Dutch driver. Renault today has its moment of proud, has its moment of winning at home. It's a great moment for them. Back into the fight of the constructor standings. And here are the official results. We've got Buffalo, Pacefan and Jure on the podium, then Natik in Alpha, Vilzu in Red Bull, Brett in Mercedes, Houseman in McLaren, the only McLaren in the points, Voitinho in Toro Rosso, and both racing points, Jair and Jimstrow closing the top 10. Then outside the top 10 we've got Pure Fantasy with the fastest lap of the race, F1 Champ in the Ferrari with a shame on the penultimate lap with a spin. Gui, Dex, Lopez, Libenov, Matipai, Timats and Gayet didn't finish. Wow. Wow. I'm so exhausted, but I'm sad that it's the end, because it was probably one of the best races in this season. I hope so. I hope that you enjoyed. My name is Gniewko, and see you tomorrow in the F1. We are also racing in France. Let's hope for a even more exciting race. See you in next week.